The Brothers of Liberty, here to remind you what true freedom is. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Liberty with the older brother Kelton. And today we're going to talk about the government being hypocrites, which we all knew that, but I love how in the past 2 years, the COVID 19, you need to wear a mask, you need to have this mandate, that mandate, lockdowns, social distancing. But then when it comes to the politicians and the scientists that tell us this, um, they just love to go back on their words. It's almost like how the government is a parent and it's telling the kids, do as I say, not as I do. Although these parents are have no clue what they're doing, because it the looks like the other day a video shows President Biden breaking Washington, D.C. indoor mask mandate, walking through restaurants without his mask on. Now, this isn't the first time a politician or a doctor working for the politicians has done this. Last year, we had Dr. Fauci at a baseball game, no social distancing, no mask. Nancy Pelosi went to the hair salon when there wasn't supposed to be any open hair salons in the San Francisco of her district. Uh, and we had the mayor of San Francisco going clubbing without a mask. And, and every time they take a picture, their mask is on, but when they think the cameras are down, the mask comes off and um, looks like they're ready to hug each other. But remember, this is the government. We're supposed to trust them. And remember, do as they say because they know everything. But the government forgets that they are not the parents of America. They're actually more like a babysitter with the analogy. We, the people, are the parents. We tell the government to watch our children, aka our rights, our security, and we give them a set of rules of do's and do nots. That's called the Constitution. And we lay them out. And we leave our house to bathe for them to babysit the kid. And now I'm not saying, using this analogy, I'm not saying I'm for or against spanking, but let's say one of the rules is don't spank our kids. And they go spank our kids because they're the babysitter, and even though we're paying them, they know what's best, even though it's our kids that they're watching. And that's pretty much how they act now. They know even though they're supposed to be the babysitter and they're supposed to be protecting our rights, they're telling us what our rights are and what our rights are not, and which ones they're going to protect and not protect. And we, the people, need to say, no, 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 no. This is a contract, and you represent us, which therefore you listen to us. You work for us. Why you think you're called a public servant? Now, servants work for their employers or people who are in charge. You are a public servant, which means you work for the public. You don't make the rules of what you can do and the public cannot do. There's a constitution about that. Like with the vaccine mandate, when the press secretary said, oh, federal law supersedes state law. Read the 10th Amendment again and break it down. The state governments never gave you authority to mandate vaccines. And I'm sorry if you can't comprehend that because you're a communist or a leftist. All right, state law supersedes federal law per our 10th Amendment right. And our 9th Amendment rights say we have rights that are not written down. And one of those rights is us deciding whether we want to take a vaccine or not. And you want to destroy everything that we have worked for just so you could get in charge and be in control and be like Venezuela and raise inflation up so high that it's going to cost $50 for a loaf of bread. But hey, that's just my opinion on the subject. And it's all about control. Them not wearing masks, but telling other people to wear the mask, and everything else. It's all about control. And may I remind you, you're the one last year said, oh, we're not going to force a vaccine mandate. We're not going to force a mask mandate. The press secretary herself, well, we don't have the authority to do that. Now you do? Who gave you the authority? Because last time I checked, we the people did not give you no such authority. You even pissed off some of your own base. And you're saying, oh, it's working, people are getting shots and stuff. Then why are there still a shortage? If it's truly working, why are there more shortages? The unemployment rate went up a little. Not what you're expecting it, because a lot of people got laid off. And even 10% of all these large companies is a large workforce where it is going to affect the economy, whether you want to admit it or not. Because you're pretty much saying you could either get a vaccine or you could go starve. Because you do not care about the American people. You care about control. It's always been about control. You got the control, you don't want to let it go. Well, guess what? We the people are demanding you let it go. Because the last people that didn't let go of control uh, ended up leaving, and we founded the 13 original states. But you can take that how that is. That's just my opinion. What's your opinion on the subject? You can leave comments on here. If there's any topics you want us to discuss, email us at brothersofliberty76@gmail.com. We have a Facebook. You can leave messages on the post as well, on the post that we have, and send us a message because we'd like to hear from you. We want to grow, and we want back and forth commentary, not just us um, saying our opinions. We're going to try to get some guests. We have to start off small, of course, because we're just a small little channel, but get local people maybe, and then expand from that. And just remember, this is the older brother of liberty, always reminding you what true freedom is.